Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna speak about the 12600K that I have overclocked on HWBOT. I managed to make 20,000 points on Cinebench Air 23. And I'm gonna explain how I managed to do this. I know it's not a crazy thing. I know it's not something very magical. But as a noob, I want to explain, give a general advice. I know it's not. I'm not a professional overclocker, but I want to try my best to give you some informations, and that's it. Okay, first I've tried with the stock ELM. The ELM is the mounting system of Intel. The problem with the ELM, as people can know, is the tension on the CPU is too high and the EHS is slightly bent. The problem is the contact with the water block is not so good. You can lose some temps. Then this is why people use the brackets from Thermal Charisd or others. The thing is, I want to run my CPU with liquid metal at a certain point. The problem is I'm not gonna use this bracket because I'm not gonna buy a bracket if I'm gonna use liquid metal, for the simple reason that I'm gonna use the I don't recall the name of the water block, but it's a water block, I think a Chinese version that is directly mounted on the CPU. Then I use the XC7 from Corsair as a water block, a pump. My pump is an old DK pump. It's not a D5 pump, it's a very slow one. It's not very good, but it's largely sufficient. I have two radiators of 240 millimeters. I don't think it's worth it, but I don't care. It's just for, let's say, design. And I use soft tubes for my water loop. Okay, the thing is, I tried stock ELM. My temps getting worst. I was okay. Let's get out the ELM and let's just put the CPU inside the socket, put some tapes just to maintain it, and I put the water block, the XC7 from Corsair, directly making the pressure on the CPU to have theoretically flat contact with the cooler, directly giving the pressure. And first thing, when I boot, I lost my RAM, but then I was like, okay, it's just a pressure problem, because when I tightened it a little bit more, my RAM came off and everything was running okay. I gained a little bit of temp. I was like, okay, cool, that's very nice. And after a certain time, my profile was 5.2 gigahertz, and I was like, my temps getting worse. I was like, okay, let's lap the CPU. I just take the CPU and I lap it without any frame or anything. That means if you put stock ELM, you're gonna get bent. It's not worth to make this when you are not in pressure if you use stock ELM, because if you have the stock ELM and you lap it and you are under pressure, you making it flat when it's under pressure, and this is where you can gain performance, because the bending is, I think, it's irreversible. if you bend it and you leave the CPU 1 month, the EHS is not flat. It stay like that. As I think, because I have seen that now when I lap it flat and I came back to stock ELM, it's like inverted flat. It's weird. Not inverted flat, but like now it's more, you have room on the middle of the CPU. That's why I have C. I cleaned my computer and I found that my water loop was a mess. My liquid is very old and that's my problem. I have moisture and shit, and this is why I have bad temps. Then I was okay, I'm gonna just put the CPU inside the socket and with the ELM, with the thermal paste and shit, and let's run it. I ran it and it was so cold that I was like, oh my god, I have room to get more. And I managed at 5.2 to get 20k on Air 23. I was like, okay, let's push a little bit further. We're gonna take 5.3 GHz P core and 4.3 E core. And I found that it works at 85 degrees. Okay, Cinebench is not so intensive because in if I make OCCT, I'm gonna have 95 close constant. It depends of the outside temperatures and shit, because it's a little bit cold there and it helps a little bit, but I think in summer it's gonna burn, that's for sure. Because to get this 0.1 point from the P core and E core, it takes from 1.35 volts to 4.3 no 1.443, sorry. It's like the gap is so high. Or I found a sweet spot that the CPU can run very low voltage. It runs, I managed to make it like 4.2 E core and 5.2 P core. I managed to do it and I make 20k. It's on HWBOT. Then I'm like, it's a little bit cringe because how you can like increase from 0.1 gigahertz on E core and P core and get so much more voltage. It's a big gap, and I was like, okay, let's just run it and see. And I scored exactly close to the same to my old preset, but now it's stable. Then I'm gonna show you a demonstration and you're gonna see how it works. And I think I'm gonna make another video in the BIOS to show every step. Of course, there is shitty things I've done. I know it. I'm sorry for like professional overclockers. Okay, let's run Air 23, and I'm gonna put the temps there. Then you can see. Sorry for the focus. I need to go to manual mode because it's automatic is very bad. Okay, temps are there. I'm gonna show you the frequency just after this. Run multicore. Okay. Sorry, the software is pretty shitty. Then okay, it just pop, and I'm gonna go to manual mode. I want to change the. Okay, then you can see better. I have 27 degree on core 5, 90 peak. That's pretty decent for such an overclocking. Okay, 20,000 points on Air 23 with an i5, 600k. I'm gonna take my CPU ID to show the frequencies. Okay, clock speed. That's my clock speeds. As you can see, it's pretty high. I see more, of course, with LN2 and crazy shit, but for me, it's very good. I'm gonna make some clips of the computer, then you can see what I'm running on, and I'm gonna make it live. Then. Okay, sorry for interruption. My battery was low. My motherboard is the Aorus Z. Oh my god, let's go to focus, please. Okay, this is my motherboard, Z790 Aorus Elite X Ice. Pretty okay motherboard. I'm not used to Gigabyte BIOS, it's a little bit cringe. But the new updates make the things a little bit better. I'm more used to MSI. I was overclocking Threadripper. I think I'm gonna make a video about this motherboard if I have time, because I need to swap the water block and all the shit. But it's pretty good. Unfortunately, I make my videos a little bit late, let's say, because I was making overclocking before from the 2066 socket with the multiple CPU i5 7640X and 7800. And unfortunately, I never put this on HWBOT. I just make this for myself, and I think this is why I'm trying to share this, because I make overclocking from long time, but I never. I just do things myself, like randomly. This is why the HWBOT team named it Random Overclocker, and the channel too. If you want to join the team, you are free to come. It's like a family with people that want to share informations, and if some professionals want to join us, you are welcome. I'm every time open to new things, every time open to interesting advices. Because the problem in the overclocking community is there is very kind people, but in the computer community there is many people that doesn't know how to make OC. I know a little bit, but I'm not the best, and the problem is people making crazy advices and doesn't understand that even the chips are different. You can have certain configurations and the same chip doesn't work the same, and people doesn't understand everything, and this is the big problem. This is why I make this channel, to make enjoyable overclocking, and that's it. Thank you for having see this video. Sorry if my English is not the best, and everyone is welcome. Russians are welcome, English people are welcome, French community are welcome too. And I hope we're gonna make a very good community together. See you, have a nice day. Bye bye.